Overholt Art and Entertainment Studio. I am your party artist. My name is Kim Overholt. Welcome to Cartooning Monday and happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you out there. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you had a great weekend. I know a lot of people I talked to had their celebrations over the course of the weekend, so I hope you had a fantastic one. And if you're celebrating today, happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope you have fun. I hope you have some green beer. If you don't, that's okay too, because you don't really need it, honestly. All right, you know what? I almost forgot something. I gotta get something to drink. Did you want anything? Hold on a second. Today I'm in my kitchen. You know I love being in the kitchen because it makes me close to all the things that I love. Food, especially. No, I do okay. Cheers, everybody. Here's to it and from it and to it again, because we never know when we'll be here to do it again. And I had a great time doing a paint party on Saturday. Cheers. And I gave that cheer. It was great. Everybody had a great time. They did an awesome job on doing the painting that we did. And we did night skies and fireflies, and it turned out beautifully. For anybody who wants to paint with me, look me up, NiagaraArtParties.com. We can party with paint. And I come to you, and I know, I'm pretty cheap. I'm pretty good for what I do, and I can give you all the instruction you need to get you started. And this is why I'm here for Cartooning Monday, because I know you guys are out there. I know there's people out there like, I don't even know how to draw a stick figure. And there's people there that night that were saying to me, I don't know how you're going to get me to paint because I don't even know how to draw a stick figure. And I said, well, don't worry. We're not drawing stick figures today. Not a problem. You don't have to worry about it. Today we're just gonna take it really easy today. Like usually I have my whiteboard and I give you the basics of how to start, the triangle, the circle, and the square. I put them on the board for you, and then I give you one of these, and then I give you one of these, and I say, you know what, don't worry too much about it, because what really counts is that you want to start drawing. And I will show you some of the accoutrement that I use for when I'm drawing and or painting as well. So what I usually do is, you have to have your proper easel if you're standing in a place. Say you're outdoors and you want to do a picture of a building or something. Some people do that. It's strange and weird and everything, but that's what they're into. They do that. Okay, so what do? It's just I have this nice 11 by 14. You put it at your nice leisure to wherever you're comfortable with it. And if you know what you're going to be sketching, you usually use like a nice pencil or two. I have over the years used a lot of pencils, and I wear them right down to the nub. And you know what? Sometimes they even work great like this. Sometimes your best pencils are the tiniest pencils in the bunch. So if you've been wearing out your pencils, good for you, because it's important to keep drawing. Don't stop drawing. Drawing is very therapeutic, and it's also very good for you. It makes you feel good about yourself, especially when you get done something and go, that doesn't look half bad. That looks like something. And you're of course, to have with your pencils, you need erasers. So this is the common eraser that people usually have for when they do pictures. You do a little. You can tell I've used this one pretty good, right down to the nub, pretty much too. I've had ones in the past. I use them right down to like nothing, because I'm cheap. No, I can't afford. Yeah, it's like one of those things. And I've had this like the rest of it is upstairs. It's grown over the years. This is my eraser. It's a kneadable eraser. They usually start off being a nice light gray color, but as you use them and put more pencil, using pencil, it's pretty dark, and it gets into and it just makes them darker and darker as you go. So this one I've had since, I started back in college. I've had this for years, and I've molded it into things when I was bored, because it's something that you can make things from it, and you can squeeze it in your hand. It gives you some extra hand strength. It's good for you to have. And when you're doing your pictures and you're getting to like the finer stuff, and you can't use one of these erasers because it doesn't seem to be able to get into the corners very well. I mean, you could try, but if you can't use that, this thing is a godsend too, because all you have to do is just kind of put it down into like a little tiny thing like that, and there you go. You can use that, and get tiny little spots that, you know, if you, for hair and stuff like that, you can make little streaks, and it turns into like hair on the model, or whatever drawing or painting that you're doing. So be careful where you put that thing, right? Yeah. Yes, you have to be careful every time. Yeah, don't ever think that drawing is something that you take lightly. Yeah, you could hurt yourself pretty good if you end up putting it in the wrong spot. Yes. Anyhow, so you get yourself started, you have something to draw on, you have your stuff to erase all the things that you're going to be doing if any kind of mistake should happen, and you have some other things to work with. I have as well, I always say, I have my bag of many things. Yeah, I take it everywhere that I go, wherever I'm kind of bored or I know I'm going to be drawing or have some time to do some drawing. I take this bag, this pencil case full of all kinds of, I'll show you. We've got, da, 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 da. Let's get closer here. There we go. So we got pens, pencils, markers, eraser things. We have brushes in there. There's also, I think there's a, if I want to do some actual India ink and do it the old style, I got a nib here that's still pretty sharp. So you got to be careful. You poke yourself with this thing. Ouch, that's going to hurt. Yeah, I used to have some India ink. I'm sure I have some in my studio upstairs. But we are down in the kitchen, so you don't worry about doing that today. But you got other colors to work with too. Yes, and markers. That's the other thing too. When you work with different things, if you want to use a little bit of color, you can grab hold of your typical little uh, markers. Markers always good to have on hand for getting all those nice little colors and everything. Make sure you have a little bit of orange. You know, St. Patrick's Day, so make sure you got enough greens with you today. So, as well. So, yeah, oh, and you gotta make sure you gotta have a blue. You gotta have a nice, there's a dark blue, a medium blue, and there's a light blue here too, a nice light blue. See, you use a little bit of everything and apply it to what you're going to be making, and it turns into something kind of interesting and fun. Now, if you have a certain character, like cartoon character that you like to draw, you know, you can always do that and brighten up your day with a little bit of sunshine, or some kind of ideas that you may have rolling around in your head to you want to do for, you know, say because it is St. Patrick's Day, maybe you want to make a little gnome or something. Maybe we'll start with, maybe we'll do this little, I'll do a little gnome for you. How about that? We'll do one live and I'll show you how to get started. And then you can continue and make your own. Make your own, of course. Is always fun to do. So let me just, you know, put my money where my mouth is today and give you a cute little thing. We'll make a little gnome or something, okay? Because that's pretty straightforward and easy. Those have different shapes and you can do those shapes too. And I can show you how easy it is, okay? Now watch me. We're going to start with the nose, because the nose is the easiest. The nose on the gnome is a circle. So there you go. You can make a circle. Let me get a little closer. There we go. Get a little closer there. Okay. So you can see there's the nose. That's the start. There's other shapes when you make a gnome. Of course, you got to keep that in mind. There's triangles and there's squares. More squares of I would say. Oh, let me just show you. Okay, so we'll make a square. It'll go like this. Start right at the edge of the circle. Go to here to here, making sure it's going to be balanced. Got to have a nice balance there. And you can go up. And we won't make a full square. We'll make a rectangle. There we go. And now we will make a triangle. And the triangle is going to come down this way. Like a triangle from there. It's going to come down to there. And we're also going to make another triangle that's going to go from here to there as well. Kind of like that. Almost looks like a weird kind of, you start off just with shapes and that's how you go. Now, There's also the body that you can make. The body has a bit of is a square, so I'll show you. Let's see if I can tilt this to go a little bit lower here. Hold on a second. Okay, so there we go. Lower it a little bit more for you. Okay, so square can come like that. Go across there. You're not making the whole square, you're just making a bit of a square. And of course, you know, make it even. If you've got this little spot, you can use your eraser and erase that. There's my little, and using that to erase that. You can also erase any other lines that you don't want. If you find you're making too many lines, you can erase and go back over it again. Ta-ta. And one more little triangle over here, kind of going down this way. Going across this way, with a circle on the end of it. If you want. Totally up to you, your call. Later on, what I'm going to do is go back over and I'm going to get rid of some lines here too. I'm going to show you. I'm going to use my, after I make the shapes, I'm going to go back over with my marker and I'm going to make it into character shapes. So after I do that, I'm going to make sure of, make sure that you get the legs in there, which are also a couple of squares. And if you want to make the feet, kind of, you can make them half circles. There we go. Now, the gnome's not completely finished. First, we still have to make the shoulders here, but we're going to make them kind of go, should we make them doing anything first? Because that's the thing. You could also make it look like it's doing something. Make sure it's even, of course. Make sure the legs are even on both sides. Erase whatever you want to erase, kind of thing, at the end. Okay, so that's like your first step. So you got the start of your gnome. Okay, so that's the start. The next thing to do is grab your marker. Okay, so what should we make them do? Maybe holding a flower, or holding a four-leaf clover. There we go, holding a four-leaf clover. Okay, so we'll make like a little thing here, and we'll make a triangle shape right here. And there's just kind of a square shape. Okay, and yeah, and make a circle. Oh, make a circle. And you can make it, you can imagine what the four-leaf clover looks like. Make the four-leaf clover. It's like 4 circles. Just making it quickly. And what should the other hand have? What do you think? 4-leaf clover on one side, and maybe a pot of gold in his hand, or something like that. So we'll make like that, and we'll make another kind of circle here where his hand will be, and a pot of gold, which will be kind of like a half circle. Or maybe it'll just be beside him or something. Something like that. Very simple shapes, don't go too overly crazy about it. Just make the certain shapes. There we go. And maybe make a little, maybe just make them pointing to it, kind of thing. Or, you know what? That's why you have the eraser, because that's where you can always go back up and just erase things. So instead of a leprechaun, we have a little gnome that has a 4-leaf clover kind of thing, and a little pot of gold over on the side. The leprechauns will be looking for him, obviously. So something simple like that, okay? So just plot it out, simple shapes, and then what you do after is you take a marker. You take a nice permanent marker that you know as soon as I find it. Hold on, give me a second. Nope, that's not what I'm after. I need something. Maybe I'll use this. I'll use my gray. I'll use my gray. And what we're going to do is we're going to now kind of like go over the lines, but change things up a little bit, maybe make his beard a little bit more bigger, and you won't be able to see some of the things that are going on in the background. You'll be able to erase a few things kind of as you go. So first thing we're going to work on, we're just going to do the nose, because the nose is just right in the center there. So we'll just make that nose. I'm just going to use gray. I'm not going to use a black marker. I'll use gray. Okay, so there's his nose. Now, when you think about his hat, it can be a little bit floppy instead of being so pointy. We're going to make it a little floppy, so we'll make it come down a little bit like that. And I'm going to have it so it goes a little bit kind of in and out like that on both sides. There we go. Like that. And it kind of comes up to here. And they don't have to have a straight line. It doesn't need to be a straight line. But there, like that. There we go. So now we're going to make up his hat. We're going to build the hat up. Well, hold on. First things first, we're going to erase some lines. So now I'm going to take my eraser and I'm just going to go over and I'm going to erase these lines. It's my mailman. He just dropped off my mail. Yay. Okay, so there you go. That's the nose and that's the top of the hat. Okay, the next thing we're going to be doing, and you know what, I'm going to change my marker because that marker is like a little bit dry. I'm thinking, I'll go back to it, but I'm going to see if I can find another one that's not so dry. I might have to go, maybe I'll try this one. This is a black marker. Oh, this is looking good. Okay, so we are going to make the hat next. So we're kind of going to go up, but we're not going to make that little point on the top there. We're going to kind of maybe make it fall over a little bit so it comes to there. So you know where the end of the hat is there. You're going to put that little circle there too. Okay, so you know where that little end of his hat is there. Ta-da! Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing is we're just going to go up. We'll only go so far. And we're just going to go around. And then we're going to come down to that spot there. We're following the lines, but we're making our own lines as we go too. Now you go up like this. And because it's actually made of its material, we're going to put some little marks in it to make it look like it's folded, and we're going to have it come down to there too. So it kind of looks like that. So it looks like it's a little bit folded. Now we'll erase some more lines. I'm going to use my molded eraser, and hopefully it won't erase everything, but you will make sure it just goes over the sides that we want to get rid of. The things that you don't want anybody to see afterwards. Sometimes when you go and paint something and you've left a line there, it'll stay there permanently. So you want to make sure that if you're going to be painting over top of it, you don't want any pencil lines to be showing. Because that can be, you look at it and say, oh, I can see where you made that mark. And sometimes, it's a good thing if you wanted to do that, to kind of show off your skills and say, okay, this is actually drawn. I did not reproduce anything of this. This is my own skills right here. And hey, look at you drawing, right? Okay, now the beard. The beard is like, if you've ever seen a gnome beard, they are a triangle, but they don't have to be this short. They can actually be longer than that if you want the beard to touch his toes. If you want the beard to go down and kind of fall off to the side there, we can do that too. I think I might do that. Make a nice long gnome beard. What do you think? Okay, let's do that then. Okay, and when you do anything that's shaggy, you make like little jaggedy lines, and I'll show you. So it kind of goes like this. You can go jaggedy, jaggedy. Some people use curly lines too. I can show you what curly lines look like. They're kind of like that. And since we're making his beard kind of go to the side, we'll make it a little curly over here at the end. There we go. And it kind of flops over. Goes over his shoes, because you've drawn in his shoes. You know where his shoes are going to go. So now you're going to grab the other end of your beard. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to do like little jaggedy lines, jaggedy lines. Maybe add like a curl here. Add another curl over here. And then kind of make it so it goes together. And there you go. Now you got his nice long beard hanging all the way down. You can make it like a little thing like that, make it look like it's kind of hanging down. Now, again, you're going to take your eraser and get rid of those other lines that you have here so you don't see those. Okay. But don't forget where your other things are, because you want to still, have him holding on to a clover, and you want him still be able to see the rest of his feet there, because he is standing. We can make some grass on the ground later. But at least you get an idea, and look at how quick that was made. You're already almost halfway there. So the rest of it is just drawing in what you see, basically, filling in where the rest of his body would be. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to do that four-leaf clover first, okay? So it's behind his beard there, so we might move it a little bit so we can actually see the four-leaf clover. So we'll make it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it doesn't need to be perfect. Again, it's just a drawing. You're drawing it. It's yours. It's for you. It's not for anybody else. So you don't have to worry too much about it. Now he's probably going to be holding on to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to change his. We're going to erase a little bit of his arm, and we're going to draw it in. We're going to erase also the other lines that we made so that you can kind of see where you're going, kind of thing. Okay, so there we go. And get rid of any spots of seeing the other four-leaf clover that you drew from earlier. Kind of make it look kind of cute. There you go, make it kind of disappear. All right, and so he's going to have his hand here. So we're going to, it was a round circle, remember, so easily we can make 3 little circles. And then we make the line coming down for the little clover. We can make like a little thumb here. And then we can draw in the shape of his shoulder right there, hiding behind his big beard there. And then we can make part of his clothing, and because his clothing is not, cloth is not rigid, we can actually make it again with like little lines in it to make it look kind of like more like clothes. And then you bring the elbow over, but you go, instead of making it a triangle shape, now you're going to kind of round it out a little bit, so he's got a nice round elbow. There we go, kind of like that in a circle. There you go. Holding on to that little clover. Isn't that cute? You can also make little pretty like that, decorate it up a little bit, make it fun. Make it a flower if you wanted to, be a flower, that kind of thing. And so you do the same thing on the other side, has it's his clothing, but his clothing can be a little bit more looser, so it kind of flops down. There you go, you got the bottom of his shirt there. And, we'll draw the little pot of gold over here too for him. So it's got this, just follow the shape. And gold is usually pretty chunky, so we make a chunky little shape down there. We'll make it even on both sides there, and then we'll draw the pot of gold. There we go. Simple, easy, lemon squeezy. And we'll draw his pants too. Oh, but we have to make sure he can see his shoes. So we'll draw his shoes first. But usually they have like little pointy shoes, so his other shoes covered by his hair, so you can't see the pointy coming out. See the pointy right there. It's coming out there. And we'll do the other one there. So he's got his little tiny feet. Almost look like her little Hershey Kisses. And last but not least, you make his little pant leg coming down there. So his pant leg's going to kind of be flooding over. And he's got funny little boots there. There we go. Simple. Now you can also do like a little, if you want to, make it cute. Make little things over there. Maybe make a thing over here. Give it a little bit of a dimension, you know. You play with it, but there you go. Oh, and the other hand, of course. The other hand, of course. He's got his hand coming out. And he's got, what should he be doing? I'll just make him put his hand over top somehow. There we go, kind of like that. And you can make his little hand there, kind of. Ta-da! All right, and now afterwards, this is looking so good. Afterwards, you can go back over all your things there. Make a little cute nose there. A little shiny nose. There you go. Something like that. Make a little shiny little thing on the end of his. And now you can color it in. But first, of course, if you're going to start coloring it and you start using any colors, you have to make sure that all the lines from your pencil are gone. So make sure you get all your pencil lines. So we're going to erase all these lines. You know, the times that I'm doing something that's really actually creative, there's nobody around. It's the way it usually happens, but that's okay. I hope you find this later and it is something that you can use. So there you go. Everybody loves the gnomes. You know, it is one of the little popular things that everybody loves right now. Well, I don't know right now, but they did. Okay, so there you go. You got yourself a nice little picture. And look at that, didn't even take not any more than like 10-15 minutes, not even. Okay, and then we can color it in too now because it is St. Patrick's Day. I do have some nice greens here. So we'll start with this green here and see how it goes. Nope, that's not working. It dried up. I have some old stuff. What can I say? Yeah, it's old. It dried up. Hold on. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why I did this to myself. Okay, no, I got one. This is a nice green too, and we'll see. We'll color in the shoes. Yes, this is a nice dark green. Now, I know some of you people like to color everything in all the way, but I like to cheat a little bit. I also use, that's why I use the, if I can find it, in my bag, oh, there it is. That's why I use one of these. And what it does is I get a little bit of water, hold on. And paper towel, hold on. And it becomes almost like a little bit of a painting. And I try using the water and just paint it in kind of thing. Saves you a little bit of time. There we go. That's cute. There you go. And then you know if the marker color is too much, you can use it somewhere else, kind of thing. So there you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use and try another green color I got here and see how this one goes. So let's just do the same. I'll do a little section here. I'll do part of the. Oh, that's a nice color as well. So yes, this will be his pants. Now I get to play Jerome the Gnome in May, and Jerome the Gnome has like a little uh, striped pants and funky looking shoes, and I love that. That's the coolest thing. So again, I went and did that, and then I'm just going to take my, because this is actually canvas, and I'm using a little bit of water, and it blends it in really nicely. Now watch, hold on a second. I'm gonna get some more water. Hold on. Da, 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 da. I also have my thing in case it drips all over, because sometimes it can start blending into something else and you don't want it to kind of do that. But sometimes it kind of is what happy accident, like Bob Ross would say. It's a happy accident if things like that happen. Oops, see, it's kind of like taking over the marker there too. Ew. I can always go back over that again. All right, so now we're going to go up to here and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to use what we have on the brush, and we're just going to go quickly paint it in. It doesn't take much, and it looks kind of cute. When it dries, ta-da! Okay, and a little bit more water. We can see this side here. There we go. We're not looking for perfection here because it's only Cartooning Monday, and this is only a little chance for you to try a little bit something different. So there we go, and we'll do the other arm too. Now, as you can see, this is a little bit of a difference because we're also using some of the black that's in there too. But I'm going to take more of my greens. I got another green here. Oh, is that the same studio? No, that's Crayola. This one's Studio Green. All right, this one's different. All right, we're going to do a different green here. Okay, let's just do it here. Ah, look at that. That's kind of cool. Just blend it in to this. Here we go. It looks nice. And I'm going to do up top here as well. So, da, da, da. This is just marker. I'm going along here. Real simple, easy, quick, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Da, 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 da. Don't think about it, just go do it. There we go. Fill it in like that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get a little bit of water. We'll play around a little bit. A second. Okay. And we're just gonna take our water and just gonna go around the side here and blend it in here. Blend it in here. Look at that. Blend it over here a little bit. Da, 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 da. We'll get other colors going in here too. Do a little blending too. Looking pretty cool, eh? That's pretty nice, eh? Sweet, straightforward. I'll add a little bit of, where did that go? Oh, there it is. That's actually a pretty good one. I'll add a little bit more down here. There we go. A little bit more here. And we'll just take the blend with our brush again. Oh, look at how nice that turns out. See, you don't have to know how to paint. Just take your markers, take a little bit of water, and you go back over top of your stuff. And ta-da-da. Ta-da, doesn't that look nice? All right, so the next thing we're going to do, that spot there. Okay, now we can go back over top things too. So if anything kind of goes kind of funny, funky, we can go back over top of it. Color it back in again. Trying to blend it all back in again. And even like make things look a little bit more, give it shadows and stuff like that. Ta-da! Same over here. There, like that. All right, and you know what? We also have to paint a little bit because he does have some spots where it's not green, you know, and we got to get that too. Isn't that looking cool? I like that. All right. And create some really cool stuff with just markers, you know. All right, so we're going to change it up a little bit and we're going to get some nice rosy nose color in there. So we're going to, see how that looks. Ooh, that's a rosy nose. Give me 1 second. I'll see if I got another brush in here. I do. Hold on. Switch brushes because sometimes you don't want your nose to be green. You want to switch up your brush so it doesn't turn to a green color. You can actually turn it to a nice. There we go. Painting his nose a nice orange color there. There we go. Right? Isn't that cute? All right. And we're going to paint up his little hands and feet too. Give it 1 second. Hold on. Need a little bit more water. Okay. And let me grab my little bit of orange here. We'll do the same for his hands. Orange and green go so well together. I'm also dressed in orange and green today, even though it's an army green. There we go, little dots of color there. And then we're going to take our handy dandy wet paintbrush here and we're just going to go over top of it. And not go too crazy, you know, we just want to get the color going there. Oh. You find you get a little bit of black on there, just trying to erase it off if you can. Just kind of dab it off. Move your brush around. There you go, that's good. You just need a little bit to show. There we go, nothing too much. Nothing too crazy. There we go. There we are, very nicely done. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do that nice little 4-leaf clover there. Do I have another green? I think I have another green here. Hey, well, hey, we'll just use what we got. We got some nice greens. Hold on a second. I don't think I've used this green yet. No, I don't think I have. Okay, we're going to try this green. Okay, that's a good green. We're just going to draw it in. Quickly just color it in. And then we're going to take the wet and we're going to go over top of it and you're going to see it's going to look so cool. But you know what we're going to get also? It's going to get a little bit of yellow. I need some yellow in there. It needs a little bit of yellow. Hold on. We got some yellow right here. Hello. Here's some yellow right there. Hopefully it works. Alright. Good stuff. And before I get too crazy with that, I'm going to put it over here for our yellow gold over here. The yellow gold. Yeah, the gold. Yellow. I won't color that one in. We'll wet it because it'll turn a weird color, I'm sure. I don't want that to happen. Okay, so now, more water. Water is a miracle. It's a good thing that we are made of water, too. We are a miracle, eh? Don't you think so? Some days I do. All right, so a little bit like that. Oh, but look at it, I've already dripped on the side there. But that's okay. That's all right. You just gotta let it go do its thing. Okay, so there we go. And right there too. There we go, a little bit of sprunch together on there. Ta-da! Okay. And the last but not least thing that to do is to kind of make a nice little background kind of here. And we can always go over the spots that are kind of, I'll show you close up, where it gets kind of like the water kind of dripped. You can go back over that again and make it a lot darker. Here, this right there kind of thing. It kind of gets kind of low, but that's okay. You can see it kind of, the water moves it around, but we can fix it off later. No problem. So we just do that, and then we have it all established, and all we're going to do is use some blue in the background. Hold on. Let's see if this blue works. Ooh. Hold on. Let's see what happens. Hold on. I'll get my water. See if I get another brush. Oh, I got another brush. Hold on. Let me get some water. Let's see what it does. Oh, this is more of a permanent one. This one won't do as much movement. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to do some changing up around here. Hold on. We're going to have to get a little bit of this. Should have used this first, but that's okay. We can always use something that I put it over there too. Oh, I almost forgot the yellow of his little thing there. There we go, kind of like that. All right, now I'm gonna take a brush. Where'd that brush go? Where that brush went? Da, 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 da. I got another one here. That one's kind of small. Where'd that other brush go to? Sorry, give me one moment. I know. Oh, there it is. Okay, water. See, we'll start over here in this corner. A little bit of water. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Watch this. Uh-oh. Need a little bit more blue there. On the side there. Let me do it the other side. We'll do the other side. There we go. All right, more water. Okay, get across here. See, you never know what's going to happen. And that's the fun thing about experimenting with all kinds of stuff. You never know what's going to happen. Happy accidents, you know, they happen. And the great thing too is you can go back over it again once it dries and remove things and add things. Let me get some more water. All right. I've never been nice to my brushes, so that's the way I usually draw, like this. There we go. Oh, and down to my little thing at the bottom there, my little pot of gold. We'll get like a little pot of gold. So. There we go, like that. Okay, so go across it like this. There we go. Now isn't that kind of cute? And like not really that, like I didn't realize that was permanent, so I'm gonna have to play with that a little bit. So let's see what we can do about that. Okay. Permanent stuff, you can't believe I did that. See over here it's trying to kind of not do it, but it wants to do it here. So yeah, there we go. Kind of play with it a little bit. Oh, you know, a little spots still. to make something really silly and fun for St. Patrick's Day. There we go. Missed a little bit on the side there, but that's all right because we can fill it in later. But there you go. There's a little bit of an idea. Now I'm going to tell you afterwards, like I said, you can always take a permanent marker and go back over top. Let me see if I can find one. Whoa. We'll have to use my black marker again, just the regular black marker. And you can go back over top of things. So just to show you, nothing ever is lost. There we go. Make a little shadow on the bottom there. Make a little shadow over here. There you go. You got a cute little gnome for St. Patrick's Day. Oh, and don't forget the little. Make the clover over. Make the clover over again. There we go. Very cute and very fun. There we go. Now, hey, don't just take my word for it. If you ever want to do it on your own, or if you need any extra help or whatever, somebody give you a little pointers and things like that. Oh, let me fix that little thing there. Always let me know. And well, of course, when you're done making a masterpiece such as this, I know isn't my best, but you know, make sure you put your name on it. I always put my name in the bottom corner over there, and I put the year. 25. Holy. 2025. Wow, we've been here a long time, haven't we? Anyways, I appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoyed this cute little segment of how to make a cute little gnome for Cartooning Monday. And it really gives you the basics of showing you how to do the basic shapes to make this happen. And then you just go for it. Oh, let me grab the black again. Let me just grab that black. There we go. Oh, make those lines come back stronger. There we go. And there we go. Got a nice little gnome for you for St. Patrick's Day. All right, and thank you very much for tuning in. I am your party artist. My name's Kim Overholt. Here, let me fix my thing so you can see me better. Okay. So yes, I'm your party artist. My name's Kim Overholt. Thank you for tuning in today for Cartooning Monday. If you like my clothing, this is Zach's. This is naturally Canadian, like me. And and if you like anything that you see and you want any help from me, just let me know in the comments below. If you want to follow, please follow along. If you want to subscribe, I'd love that. And if you want to, like, just say a quick hello, like it, whatever, just let me know that you're out there, and let me know that all is going well for you. And if you want to try any of this stuff, let me know how you're doing, okay? And in the meantime, I just want to say thank you very much for tuning in. My name's Kim Overholt. If you want to know a little bit more about me, check out my website, kimoverholt.com. If you want to party with me at Paint, look me up at Niagara Art Parties. Everybody needs a nap. I know I do. I take one all the time. It feels great when I do. And in the meantime, I will talk to you later. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you like this. It was kind of, it did what it did, right? Yeah, whatever. Okay, well, have yourself a wonderful day, and I will let you go for now. And I will see you on the flip side. All right. I mean, I know everything's backwards to begin with here, but there you go. All right, we're gonna see you later.